All right, everyone, we're back for a Young Greasy feature featuring Evan 4. Um, I used feature twice. But we're here today to rank our top 10 hip hop albums of all time. And who's to say how hip hoppy they end up being? Uh, no judgment being cast. But
I think there should be judgment, you know.
yeah. Evan 4, do you want to introduce yourself?
Um, yeah, my name is Evan Four. I live in the great state of Washington, the best apples in the world. Um, and I'm a big hip hop fan, but as you'll probably see, uh, not very bereft in all the classics. You know, I have a, a thin pool of those.
All right. How we're gonna do it is I'm gonna open up. You can bet on two albums that you think will be in the other person's top 10, and we'll go through one by one up the list. And if we have some time at the end, we'll touch on some honorable mentions.
Okay, cool.
All right. Evan 4, why don't you start us off with your wagers?
My wagers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think. Let me see. I think you're gonna have "Ready to Die" by Biggie. That's my first guess. And then, gosh, okay, I don't know. What's another one? You kind of hinted that you had a lot of classics on it, so I feel like I want to stay there. I'm gonna guess Illmatic. That's a second guess. Yeah.
All right, two New York
Yeah.
Giants. I don't know if you're gonna try and fit The Weeknd into your list.
No, I'll tell you right now, I didn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I would say probably Igor.
Okay.
And My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Okay, there you go. Classic, yeah.
All right, that's locked in. Evan 4, why don't you start off with your number 10 album?
Can I ask a clarifying question first?
Yeah.
Do we win anything with the bets?
If you... Why don't we say sure? $10
Okay, cool.
per each one.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
Not endorsing gambling on this.
Yeah, just for small bets among friends, right? No sport gambling. Okay. My number 10 is "All My Heroes Are Cornballs" by JPEG Mafia. With the favorite song being selected as "Free the Frail" on that album. Good representative of the album. For this album, I guess just a short little synopsis of it is there's a lot of like very cool samples and or like recreations of samples on it. I'm a big fan of JPEG Mafia, and I think this is like ironically probably his least rap album of the albums he's released. But there's some really cool, I think, melodic stuff, and it's a pretty wide variety of different songs, and so I felt like it was a good representation of him. And yeah.
Sure. When did you first discover JPEG Mafia?
Oh, I first listened to him probably I think it was with Veteran. So I'm gonna do my research real quick on my phone. I think that came out like 2017, 2018, something like that. So I found that, and then when I was living in Berkeley, All My Heroes came out, and that was graduate school, 2019.
It was a long, long time ago.
I know, right? But yeah.
Galaxy far away. Well, cool. For me, my number 10 is a Pusha T album
Oh, cool.
called Fear of God 2, Let Us Pray. And I put my favorite song as Alone in Vegas, but it's got so many like bangers, and the productions, especially the Neptunes produced songs, really hit. Those being Trouble on My Mind with Tyler, and Raid, which was 50 Cent and Dr. Dre, I think.
Oh shit. Wow.
But yeah, just Pusha T always picks really weird beats. Technically, this album is released as an EP, but it is 45 minutes long. So I counted it as an album at least. But yeah, it was. I discovered it mostly through that Tyler feature, but
Yeah. What year was it?
2011.
Nice. Dang, that's Tyler the Creator was on it?
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty early for Tyler the Creator, honestly. That's I didn't realize they'd worked together that long. That's cool.
Yeah. In the Goblin intro, Tyler does reference wanting to listen to Waka Flocka and Push Up the T, which is Push Up T. And I think that was released in the same year, so 2011.
Damn. Cool. Yeah, Pusha T is someone I like a lot, but I haven't listened to a lot of his albums, like all the way through. Like mainly songs, yeah.
How do you feel about clips?
Oh, dude, this is another embarrassing thing, but the only Clips album I've listened to all the way through is the most recent one, and it's awesome. It's so cool, but I got to go back through the whole catalog now because this one's really sick. But I mean, Pharrell, has Pharrell produced for them on all their albums, or
I think so.
Clips? Yeah. I felt like obviously I think like Pusha T and Malice are like crazy, but like the beat selection in particular is like fucking wild. So
okay, why don't we alternate? So I'll go with my 9, and that is going to be Swan Songs by Hollywood Undead, released in 2008. And the song I picked was number 5 because it was the 5th song on the album. And I don't know, this is like peak emo rap to me. We were all so edgy listening to Hollywood Undead, and it takes me back to like high school cafeteria. Just
yeah.
Yeah, I think that, as a spoiler, is probably my only group of white people on my list.
There's only so many in rap, you know.
Yeah, more and more each year.
That's true. That's crazy. I think I've only heard the Everywhere I Go song. I haven't heard number 5, but
I think you got to give that whole album a listen. There are some problematic things.
No way.
But it was 17 years ago. So.
Yeah, it was big in middle school. For sure.
So what's yours?
Yeah, okay. So this one is some rap songs by Earl Sweatshirt. Another 2018 release. I guess the other one was 2019. So this is a 2018 release. I listened to it a ton when I lived in India for a few months for study abroad, and I was just listening to this album like the entire time. I don't really know why, but the song I selected is Veins, and it mainly just because the lyrics of that song are like stuck in my head repeatedly. There's a line in it where he says, "Peace to every crease of your brain," and I just can't get that shit out of my head. It's everywhere. It's cool stuff. I'm a big fan of that album from Earl.
Is I guess I can't ask if there's any other Earl on your list, but
Well, yeah, I guess I don't know if I should. I did like purposely try to do one by one artist. I didn't do repeats, I guess. Yeah. No spoilers on your end. You don't have to tell me if that's true for you. But
I didn't do any repeats either.
okay, cool. Yeah. That was tough. There's one artist in particular who that was very tough for, but you know, we'll see.
All right. Yeah. Have you been a fan of Earl since his first album, Doris?
No. So I listened to stuff from Doris, but I didn't listen to that album all the way through until like probably like after I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. That was like the album that kind of got me into his stuff, and I never really I like that album. I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, but I can't listen to it sometimes. Like it's very dark. And Doris, I love some of the songs, but I don't like return to it. With like some rap songs, like it's just like I'll just listen to the whole thing through. It's also short, so that helps. But the samples are really wonky and like super like distorted and shit. So yeah, it's just kind of addicting to me. I don't know why.
I think we'll have some stuff to talk about once this list is over.
Cool.
So maybe we'll give like a debrief. But,
yeah, sounds good.
You're up.
All right.
Number 8.
Number 8. This is I won't say anything actually. I was almost gonna spoil some stuff. So number 8 is Mad Villainy. That is classic. I'm kind of basic with this, but my song is Meat Grinder, just because again at the beginning of that song is stuck in my head all the time. Really, really great album. Honestly, I think I first listened to it probably like in college. It was out in like 2004, so it'd been out a while, but it's kind of similar to some rap songs in a way where it's like the thing I like about it is the beat selection and everything, and how like kind of dreamy you kind of get drawn into like the whole world and everything. So I mean, it's a classic. I don't need to really justify that too much.
Yeah, but I think it's important for this video that we say what we like, you know?
For sure. It's a great album. And I think it's another one where I find myself just like when I listen to one song, just going through the whole thing again. I don't even know how long. It's pretty short too. I think it's like 45 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, I guess in the world of hip hop, that's short.
Yeah.
That's the limit for like a standard vinyl record is 44 minutes.
Oh.
So a lot of albums were made to be like just under that.
Yeah.
But when CDs came along, it didn't matter. So.
Yeah. Gotcha.
My number 8, and I'm a little congested, is The Carter 3 by Lil Wayne. 2008. My favorite song on it is Shoot Me Down, but a lot of them are close.
Nice.
I really like Phone Home Wheezy. And everyone loves A Milli, right?
Yep.
Because that is something that right away gets stuck in your head. Almost as revolutionary to music as Mambo Number 5. And I think, unfortunately, this is I haven't been impressed that much by Lil Wayne's albums since this album, but
I agree.
there's just a chaotic randomness to it, and he does a lot of the explore, where he's like trying to rhyme things by misspelling them.
Yeah.
So it just makes me happy that
Yeah, I should have guessed that for you, honestly. I can't believe I didn't think of Lil Wayne to guess. That's a great album. I remember listening to that like in I played tennis in high school, and I did a lot of like rallying and stuff, and we'd like listen to music, and the Carter 3 was my tennis rallying album. That was probably like 7 years after it'd come out or something. I don't know, but like that very enduring album, great album.
I had it on CD because in high school someone stole my iPod, and so I was using like a Walkman. And eventually, years later, my grandma wanted some way to listen to CDs in her like room, I guess, and so we gave her an old CD player with the Carter 3 in it, and so I would like to think that I was her first introduction to Lil Wayne. But who knows?
Nice. Oh yeah.
So my number 7 is by a guy named Kanye West, and it's 808s and Heartbreak.
Oh, nice.
2008. Favorite song is Streetlights, which I don't think is really a rap song at all, but I still consider this a rap album. I don't know. Would you say one way?
I think it is. I mean, some of the albums I have on my list, like if we can't put 808s, then you probably can't put a couple of my albums. So we're gonna say. I mean, yeah. I mean, Streetlights is probably, I don't know. It's tough, but it counts. I think it counts. It's so impactful to like the genre and everything. I think it has to.
Yeah, I think 808s and Heartbreak is pretty formative to the like modernization of emo rap.
Yes.
And,
yes.
We probably wouldn't have had Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon, without it. But
yep.
I can't say the same for the rest of Kid Cudi's discography. But yeah, 808s, it's just it's a good sad album, you know. When you want to sit in your room in the dark with noise canceling headphones on and just feel bad for a while.
Yeah.
Which I advocate anyone should do.
Yeah, no, it's classic for a reason. It's great. I think obviously like, you know, like T-Pain and a couple other people before that maybe like are the original like kind of usage of the stuff Kanye's doing on it, but like it was the first like really big mainstream like use of it, and like we see it like basically I mean Drake, obviously, like anyone else in the emo scene, like Juice WRLD, who are both huge artists, like hard to imagine their music without that. I mean, maybe they would have come up with the same thing, but I don't know. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine Drake's music at all.
That's true. What if I put him at my number 1?
Certified Lover Boy?
Yes, Certified Lover Boy, number 1.
I wouldn't have guessed.
That was what we're supposed to do, right? Be unexpected.
Yeah, I think you'll be surprised.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Speaking of Kid Cudi's other discography, Man on the Moon 2 is my number 7.
Oh. Why?
Because I think, obviously, Man on the Moon 1 is kind of the classic that, like, I think is really good, but the songs on Man on the Moon 2 for me are the more the ones I come back to, honestly. I kind of find myself like really captured by that. I think there's more like kind of like Mr. Rager and Ghost and Erase Me are all kind of like more punky or like kind of rock influenced than I think a lot of the stuff on Man on the Moon 1, even though there is some of that. But I like that style from Kid Cudi a lot. My favorite song actually on it is called The End. And it's kind of just a straight up rap song with I think Mary J. Blige is on the hook, and then like there's 3 rap verses from everyone, and I find each of them to be like, I don't remember who I think Chip the Ripper was one of the features, one other guy, and then Kid Cudi, and I love all the verses. They're all they don't fit together at all. They're about very different things, but I'm a really big fan of that song, and yeah, I think the aesthetics of the album are really cool. There's a section, there's like rock on the album, but then there's also kind of more like kind of vibey, almost like electronic influence rap sections that are really cool. I like the whole thing. I think it's great. Yeah.
Sure. I think I'll have to give that another mercy listen. But I will say I really like his first album. But
Yeah.
The best song I think from that is Soundtrack to My Life.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I was actually introduced to Kid Cudi besides Day and Night, right, which was on the radio and everything, using Pandora when I would listen to that and do homework in like I don't know, this was high school, 2013, 2012, and it was the song Marijuana, which is off of the Man on the Moon 2, and it's this like 420-minute song, and very vibey, very cool. So that's partially another reason for it, was kind of my major introduction besides the radio hits, you know.
Yeah, that takes you back to a certain time of internet-based music.
Yep. Okay. All right. I think this will be another controversial one for you. Because the Internet by Childish Gambino.
If I had more guesses, I was gonna guess you'd put Camp out there.
Oh, dude. I don't think I can do that. I've re-listened to that album, and it's a rough re-listen. I feel like it means a lot to me still. But yeah, because the Internet, the follow-up to Camp, and I think this is another one that kind of feels maybe not fully a rap album. You know what I mean? In particular, the song I chose, which is Telegraph Avenue, there's a lot more like electronic inspiration and also R&B kind of featured. He's singing a lot more on it than he did in Camp, which is cool, and not quite as much as the next album, Awaken My Love. But I felt like that one wouldn't count as a rap album. So
yeah, I would have put that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's a cool. There's a story behind it with the screenplay. That stuff doesn't, I feel like, fully interest me as much as just like, I feel like this is an album where every time I listen to it, I kind of like it more, and it's been that way for like since it first came out in 2013. So just very addictive quality to it that I can't quite put my finger on. But yeah.
Have you ever seen any of Childish Gambino's film and TV work?
Yes, I think Atlanta was the first big thing I watched with him. There might have been something else first, but I was listening to him before I didn't watch Community until like years later, and I think Atlanta was the first big thing, which obviously is really cool. I still haven't finished it though. I'm at the end of season 3, so still great season though, but I haven't started season 4. So.
In my opinion, season 3 was the best season of Atlanta.
Yeah,
it was
there's some
just
cool
really
stuff.
Dark. And, I guess I'm fine with there being spoilers for Atlanta in this video.
Yeah.
But basically, in the last episode of season 3, Van's going around and she's basically buying human hands.
Yeah.
And they get cooked and served to a fancy person dinner. And they're like using tongs to flip over the hands and like.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It just really got me thinking about eating hands.
That's impactful. Yeah. Can't measure impact like that.
Not for a couple dozen years.
Yeah.
Alright, so on that note, my 6th album is Wolf by Tyler, the Creator.
Nice.
It was hard to pick just one Tyler album. I think Goblin was right behind it. But with Wolf, it just feels like childhood in a way. Not so much that I was that young, but more like it's all summery and they're at camp and like I went to a running camp and so we had to run twice a day, but other than that it was basically like a camp. And I think that this album's just linked to those memories now. So, my favorite song from it is Answer. That last verse was about a girl. I don't know who says that, but
he says it. I don't think I remember Answer. That's so funny. I've listened to Wolf. I like Wolf. We've talked about this previously. We kind of have opposite Tyler, the Creator, tastes of music, like opposite sides. I think Wolf is kind of the overlap where I'd still put it very highly on his like albums. But yeah, I was trying to remember the song Answer and I can't at all, which is weird. I don't know, just gone. You know, I gotta re-listen, I guess.
We can't sing it on here, so
yeah, I really like I think it's I Fucking Hate You, IFHY. Yeah,
but I love you.
Yeah, but I love you. Yeah, it's probably my favorite Tyler song, like of all through everything.
I think Wolf was the start of when he really grew out of Odd Future.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad, but we all get older, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. But one of these days I'll try and make it to Camp Flogna.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
It looks really fun. The 5th best hip-hop album of all time is 2001 by Dr. Dre.
I should have guessed.
From the year 1999. Notably not from the year 2001.
Notably, yeah.
And I think the best song on there is What's the Difference, but I think the next episode and Explosive are pretty high up there too for me. This album is probably like the most well-produced hip-hop album I've ever been able to hear, and I can't say I'm that influenced in my own beats in terms of like patterns, but I think I'm very much influenced in terms of tone and like how his instruments sound and stuff. But it also is an album that's like full of features, and, which can feel like it's not really that artist, but since Dr. Dre was producing the whole thing, it still feels like one cohesive thing. It's just got a bunch of other people there. And it was peak Snoop Dogg. It was peak Eminem.
Yep.
What more can you really ask for?
Yeah, that's a great album. It's crazy. It's crazy. I should have known. I'm just beating myself up that I didn't guess that one for you. Yeah. I would agree that it's like 3 peaks, right? Like Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Dre, probably like 3 at their best, and they're 3 absolute crazy artists. So it's rare you get that kind of synergy.
was there too.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. My number 5 an artist who we have. I think this might be. Is this our first overlapping artist? I think so. Kanye West with Yeezus.
Jesus.
Yep, this is my favorite Kanye album, and it is the fifth best hip hop album of all time. 2013.
Pretty edgy putting Kanye in your top 5.
I know, right? It's yeah. Obviously, he's he needs some a reintroduction, maybe. I don't know. He's Kanye West. He's crazy. He's a madman, mad lad. But this was probably my favorite of him. The song "Hold My Liquor" has always been like my favorite song to run to. I don't know why. It's long, kind of slow, but the build up on it is like awesome. And this is kind of like my workout album, I guess. Like I just did the whole thing. Great time for a workout. It's awesome. The only exception being like "Bound to" at the end is, I think, not a great workout song, but it's a great song in different ways. And yeah, I mean the lyrics are definitely not Kanye at his best, but the production is very zany and out there, and I think there's a lot of I don't want to say like I don't want to give Kanye full credit for this because I know he was working with Travis Scott a lot at the time, but when you see the direction Travis Scott went, it like follows like it feels like an evolution of Yeezus. I don't know who gets credit where, but that sound kind of breaks out after Yeezus starts. Travis isn't my favorite artist or anything, but obviously he's had a pretty marked spot in hip hop for a while. And yeah, it's another one that kind of grows on me every time I listen to it, and I just ignore a lot of the lyrics, but that's okay. Yeah.
I want to clarify. Kanye West is not a crazy madman.
Okay.
He's maybe mentally unwell. But here at Greezy Inc., we try to destigmatize mental illness. So
My bad.
no calling anyone crazy unless they write a song called Crazy and work with Danger Mouse.
What about Mad Lad?
I'm no expert. All of these will go to the tribunal.
Okay, good.
Alright. Huh, so Yeezus, huh?
Yeah. You know what that means. My number 4, moving on from Kanye, going to Lupe Fiasco, the Cool. Is my number 4.
You put Lupe Fiasco above Kanye West?
Yeah, I did. This is I think one of the albums that like has the first hip hop song that I fell in love with, which was "Hip Hop Saved My Life." But that was like when I was very young. I think I was in like elementary school when this was out, and I was listening to that. Also a Pandora find. I was big into Pandora at the time. But I would actually put my favorite song being "Put You on Game" on the album, which is towards the end. It's kind of the wrap up of the concept. The album is kind of strange. It has like 5 songs that are like a story, but then the rest of the album is just kind of random songs that Lupe put in to fit the vibe. And "Put You on Game" is kind of the conclusion of the story ish. Or the last, I think, conceptual song on the album, and it's a cool story. It's from the perspective of an evil presence that haunts humanity. Very, very out there, like most Lupe concepts. But this album also has like a lot of crazy, just raps on. "Dumb It Down" is like one of the craziest songs I've ever heard. Full of songs like that, and I think definitely Lupe at his best. And in my opinion, that was like Chicago hip hop at its best. Hot take, but yeah.
Huh. I'm putting a lot of the world on Lupe's shoulders.
I know. He can't handle it.
So would you say that was really close to the beginning of your entry into hip hop?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, besides like stuff on the radio that I couldn't even tell you what it is now. Maybe there were some classics that I heard like growing up by happenstance, but this was like the first thing I kind of like attached to. I think for sure.
Interesting. I only really got into it in like 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah.
But I learned quickly that there was a lot more going on than the surface.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my number 4 is Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg. When he released it, he was going by Snoop Doggy Dogg, but on Spotify now it's listed under Snoop Dogg, so we'll say Snoop Dogg. The year was 1993, and the best song is the most famous song, in this case, Gin and Juice.
Yeah.
But the Shiznit was on there, and Murder Was the Case got sampled by Jay-Z on Jay-Z's first album. Yeah, I just listened to Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style, and think about bananas and crates.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This is another one. I should have went with the LA stuff instead of the New York. We'll see though. No spoilers. Good album. Good choice though.
Did you ever listen to it much?
This was one I was not like through and through. I've heard so much of it, just like in the background and stuff, but definitely I haven't sat down and gone all the way through it. I have with like 2001, but not this one. So probably worth it.
Yeah, they're right neck and neck for me. So
Yep.
like I think the rapping is better on Doggy Style, but the production's better on 2001.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense, right?
I guess. I don't see
Well,
why.
I mean, well, because I guess it's the named artist. Obviously, Dre and Snoop are pretty involved in both albums, but the named artist being a rapper for Doggy Style, and then the named artist being the producer for 2001. I guess for me that kind of tracks.
I guess I could see how some people would think that.
Nice.
Finally, we're getting to some New York stuff. This next album is Enter the Wu-Tang by the 30. Enter the Wu-Tang, parentheses, 36 Chambers.
Yeah.
The Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
And favorite song, Can It Be All So Simple? And this album was actually also released in 1993.
Oh.
So, getting a lot of 90s in there. But
Yeah.
I think as far as like group chemistry goes, you can't really beat the Wu-Tang Clan, and it's eclectic but like gritty, and they figured out exactly how, or the RZA figured out exactly how they wanted it to sound.
Yeah.
And like just probably made one of the most consistent albums.
Yeah.
And I mean, it went on to launch the careers of so many other people.
Yep.
I will say one honorable mention now is Return to the 36 Chambers, the dirty version by Old Big Bastard, which would probably be my favorite solo Wu-Tang album.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just a complete and unique vision.
It's it's a good album. I listened to that one on a road trip with my friend, and he only had 2 CDs. He had Graduation and Enter the Wu-Tang, and it was like a 6-hour drive, and we had to just alternate between the two. So I listened to that album like numerous times then. Big fan. Great album. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Wu-Tang Clan member?
I mean, I think just RZA, just because like I feel like just the influence and his like honestly his verse on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is cool. So appalled. I'm a big fan of that. But ODB is like really. It would be hard for me. It's hard for me to choose between the two. I should listen to more ODB, and I might change my mind on it.
I also want to shout out Raekwon.
Yeah.
In the TV show Wu-Tang in American Saga, they got Shamik Moore to play Raekwon.
Really?
And so that was my first introduction to him, and then I went on to see like Into the Spider-Verse. And,
Yeah.
he just did a movie called The Gutter about a guy trying to win money bowling to save his bowling alley.
Was it good?
So, I liked it. I thought it was dumb in a fun way. I
Nice.
thought it was like almost Biodome level dumb.
Yeah.
And I hope one day to create a movie that's like that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3. All right, another overlapping artist for us. Tyler the Creator. Igor, number 3.
Hey.
So yeah, good guess. Nailed it. I like kind of had trouble because I don't know if this is a rap album, honestly, or hip hop album. There's like obviously themes and stuff, but I don't know. It's hard to classify, I would say, fully in that. I chose New Magic Wand as the song, but I was like going through like all the songs. I was like, I could really pick out like I Think Is Crazy. Even the first song, which is barely it is like more of like honestly like a beat than anything else. Just a couple lyrics here and there, but not too much. But I think this is like also like a lot of the other albums, that I mentioned, like very cohesive. Each song flows together pretty crazy, and every time I start it, I have to go through the whole thing. So big fan of this one. Yeah.
I will give it to you. I think that can count.
Yeah, as a rap album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's enough rapping on it, so.
Yeah.
I feel like if I were really flexible with what counted, I would probably have Plastic Beach somewhere on my list by the Gorillaz, but that's definitely not all rap. So
yeah. No, it's tough. I mean, if 808s counts, this probably fits too in the same way. There's probably a little bit more rapping on. I don't know, actually. It's like a different type of rapping, I guess, on both of them. So it's a little hard to. Yeah. In any case, it counts. We're counting it. So yeah.
All right. Well, we're down to the last 2, I think.
Yep. So my number 2 is Visions of Bodies Being Burned by Clipping.
I should have said Clipping.
Yeah.
JPEG Mafia and Clipping. Yeah.
Yep. The noise hip hop group, pretty, I think, kind of in definitely late 2010s, kind of when they started to be more like noticed. I personally, my favorite stuff from them is their horror rap albums. There's Visions of Bodies Being Burned, one of them, and then There Existed an Addiction to Blood. It's kind of tough to choose between the two of them, but I went with Visions of Bodies Being Burned just because I think I like the song concepts on it a little bit more. The other one, There Existed an Addiction to Blood, kind of has my favorite songs of them. Like one of them, Nothing Is Safe, is probably like my favorite of their songs ever. So it was a tough choice, but I went with this one. It's just kind of like the perfect mix of genres for me, which are horror and rap, two of my favorite genres of any media. My favorite song on it is the second to last one, called Enlacing, and it's this one that's about a story of someone I think taking ketamine at a party and then like seeing the devil, and like just like fully like I guess like unraveling as a person, like a full existential crisis and everything, and it's like a um, mix of like Lovecraftian imagery, but also kind of dance hip hop music, which is wild, just absolutely insane concept. So yes, that is my number 2.
Gotta respect horror and hip hop.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that no Insane Clown Posse made your list. So into horror and hip hop.
I gotta get into them. I haven't listened to too much of them, honestly.
I'll send you some face paint.
Okay, good.
Alright. Well, my number 2 is by a group that has also been known for their horror influence on their lyrics and beats. And that would be 3 6 Mafia, their album Most Known Unknown.
Yep.
And I gotta say Stay Fly is the best song. But there's so many hits. There's like Poppin' My Collar, there's Side to Side, Knock the Black Off Yo Ass. But it's just about like how hooky it is to me. This album that beats out Wu-Tang Clan in that like I think it's effortlessly addicting hooks, like, and they chop it up, and so it's like stay flat, you know.
Yeah.
And I try to do some of that in what I do, at least the cuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, Juicy J, DJ Paul, Crunchy Black, and Crunchy Black was kind of like 3 6 Mafia's Old Dirty Bastard.
Gotcha. I think Clipping in particular has mentioned 3 6 Mafia as being like they would definitely wouldn't exist without them. So that's a funny little synergy we have on that.
Yeah. Do you think horror and rap can exist together without being called horrorcore? Like, is horrorcore a specific thing?
I feel like horrorcore is a specific thing, like, because it I think horrorcore to me kind of rings out with like this was kind of before trap music was like really like called trap, but like, you know, 3 6 Mafia kind of were very early on in a lot of the style that like eventually became that. And so for me, like, horrorcore has like a pretty big like southern influence, honestly, and then very ostentatious, like disturbing lyrics being a part of it. And I don't think you have to have that to be like a horror rap album, but I'm struggling to think of any that don't follow that. I mean, in a lot of ways, like a lot of hip hop albums are kind of horror, like have horror themes and stuff, but anything that's called a horror album, it becomes horrorcore, right? Like that's always what it is. But I don't think it has to be, right? Like I feel like there's a way to do it. But you know, they kind of remind me of like splatter flicks, right? It's like very gory, very but there's lots of types of horror, right?
At least 3 types of horror.
Yeah.
I guess I'm saying my number 1.
Yeah. Moment.
Alright. My number 1 is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West. Off the year 2010, that song Power. I had to do it to you. It's just every time I listen to it, it feels like I'm at the movies.
Yeah.
It's grandiose and manic, and yet it also has those really low moments, like Runaway. And I loved his interpolation of the Iron Man riff.
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
So there's just so many things to say about the album, but I think when I think of Kanye West and I think of what I want to take from him inspirationally, it a lot of it comes down to this album. So.
I agree. I feel like that album definitely feels like a culmination of those, like, because it was the fourth, right? Or no, fifth. So it's like a combination of those first four. Like a lot of the best stuff from all of them is in it. You know, great album. Yeah. I was kind of not expecting. I don't know why I wasn't expecting you to go with that, but it felt too easy. I don't know.
I did lie to you earlier.
You did, yeah. I should have guessed. I should have guessed with Kanye. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, that's funny. That makes sense. Yeah.
All right. Well, on to the last pick of the night.
Yes, my number one. In keeping with the vein of a very recognized classic album that's gotten a lot of praise, mine is Kendrick Lamar, but it is To Pimp a Butterfly, going with my favorite. And that changed recently. Normally I would have probably put Good Kid, because that's like the first like album that I loved. Like that was like, oh, this is like a story and everything. But recently I've just been listening to a bunch of To Pimp a Butterfly, and like, I don't know, it's been clicking with me pretty hard. My favorite song right now is Institutionalized, with the Snoop on the chorus feature. I just love the instrumental, and like how that song changes and the flows on it are just like actually insane. There's a lot of different genres in the album, so but I definitely think it does fit within hip hop. There's a bunch of strong like verses throughout. Some of the I think like just like some of the most insane like rapping performances from like a delivery standpoint, like For Free is like just like a very like kind of like jazzy, but like pockets in the flows and verses that just like I don't even know how you come up with that, like just like going so fast and but still like managing to like evolve with the song and everything is just really impressive. And yeah, I love it. It is probably the longest album on my list, which is more of a me thing. I think long albums are hard in general. I think it's an hour 30 minutes, but I stay pretty enraptured the entire time. So yeah, great album.
Well, I didn't want to end this on Kendrick, but what can be done? So I got one of yours.
Yeah, yeah.
You missed
whiffed
your
it.
2 shots, but
Yeah. Completely. Should have gone with Wu-Tang, man. Crazy.
Yeah, I thought you would have guessed one of the Kanye's, but
yeah.
It's a tough time to be a Kanye West fan.
Truly. I mean, I think one thing's very clear, that a lot of the artists on here in both of our lists were like, or particularly mine, I guess, were like proteges of Kanye for a little bit, like Childish Gambino, Kid Cudi, Tyler the Creator even, although probably more Pharrell than Kanye, but there's a lot of Kanye influence with him. Yeah, so I mean, you know, super influential guy. Whatever, you know, he has going on right now is, you know, I just hope he's happy. He's done a lot for music and everything.
Yeah, I hope he has or finds people who can help him from doing something irreparable.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want to do honorable mentions or anything like that?
Sure. You can go first.
Sure. I had probably like 5 or so that was really like tough for me. Good Kid, Mad City is one I already mentioned. I just didn't want to repeat artists. I could have probably had that on the list though. Yeah. I could have done 2 Kendricks like you did 2 Kanyes, but I decided to not. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was actually one that I really wanted on it, but I thought it was too R&B actually. For kind of, there's rap verses and stuff, but it's I feel like the highlights are definitely the singing on a lot of it. Not to say the rapping isn't awesome, but yeah. And then Illmatic, great album, but didn't make my list. Yeah. So.
Yeah, tough day to be Nas.
He's gonna be so sad.
My 3 honorable mentions I'm gonna throw out are Reasonable Doubt by Jay-Z, his debut.
Yeah.
Another one of those, I bought the CD and I just listened to it over and over again.
Yeah.
Then Devil Without a Cause by Kid Rock.
There you go.
I think I got pretty close to putting that on there, but I just it was too rocky for a hip-hop list. And the last one I'll say is Earl by Earl Sweatshirt.
Nice.
He sounds so young and alive.
Yeah, he's definitely a more morose flow now, I guess. I don't even know how to, just like more subdued than he once was. Yeah.
Alright. Well, closing thoughts?
I think I feel like I went the wrong direction. You had more LA stuff than I thought, which is cool. Yeah. But lots of classics. I think the main surprising one for me was the Hollywood Undead, just a name I had not heard in a while.
Yeah.
Cool
I
pick.
needed to give them their props.
Yeah.
I think what I noticed when I was doing this is how much I think with rap there's the rapping and then there's the beat.
Yeah.
And through making this list, I kind of realized how important the production is to me liking it. Like if you cut a verse out of Enter the Wu-Tang and you put it on some modern trap beat, it's not going to sound, well, it could sound cool, but it's going to feel like you photoshopped it in, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just, as a producer myself, I turn to these albums the most because of the beats.
Yeah.
But I think lyrics, like if the lyrics didn't click for me, I couldn't listen to the song. So.
Yeah. It's a good, it's interesting to think about, because I was just like looking at my list and like, I feel like I agree, most of these albums are actually, all the albums, I think I was listing the only one where I felt like the beats were lower than or even supported by the lyrical ability of the rapper is probably the Cool, where it's a lot more, I would say a lot of the beats are more forgettable. There's some really good like beat choice, but there's not as much of a focused vision to it, I think, as the others. And then on the flip side of that, most of the albums, I guess, are kind of maybe on par, if not the beats a little bit carrying it, and then Yeezus is like the beat like way up here and the lyrics a lot further down. So yeah.
Well, cool. What would you say is the third most important role in creating a song?
Creating a song?
If you have the artist who's rapping, the producer is making the beats.
Oh, it's probably the mixing, right? Like,
I feel like a lot of times rough mixing is done by the producer.
Okay.
But then they usually do send it out.
Yeah.
So, mixing over mastering.
I think for me, and it's maybe just because like with mastering, I kind of like don't fully know what what goes into that, you know? Like I've never had to do it, or I don't really know how it works, but for me, I do kind of notice that sometimes, like when it's for mixing is something you can actually kind of hear, or at least I hear, like the difference between a good and a bad mix on a song is pretty clear. Yeah.
Yeah. But we learn by doing, I guess.
True. What do you think the third most important role is?
Probably whoever makes the art.
Oh, like the album art?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I feel like
It's a good answer. Damn.
I feel like it's important when you're like looking at stuff you don't already know. Well, it's like they say don't judge a book by its cover, but I feel like we all do that, and
Yep.
usually we're right about it
Yep.
because they put someone to make the cover who gets what the album is.
Yeah.
But I can see how artists with less creative control over that kind of thing are at a whim to what the label wants the pictures to be.
Yeah. No, I agree though. Like, I think good album art gives me a lot of like interest in the album to begin with. Like, I'm way less likely to check it out if I don't think the art is interesting. Yeah, like, you know, like you said, the judge a book by its cover thing. Like, everyone does that though. Like, end of the day, right? And I do think it says something about like the person with the art, right? Like, this is kind of like a classic example, but like in horror, right? Stephen King, like all his books have like his name giant on there, you know. And like, you know, that's because he's like the marketing force, right? So to me, that's like a lot less interesting than like other ways of doing it. And like, I'm sure Stephen King has some good art on some of his books, but like, that's always like kind of a disappointing thing. Or Drake is a great example of bad album covers. I don't think there's a good one. Maybe if you're reading this, it's too late, just because it's weird. But yeah, very in that vein.
Yeah, I hope one day I'll figure out the secrets to making good album art. But right now I'm thinking either you lean into complex visual something, or you keep it really simple.
Yeah.
Or you just take a picture of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still workshopping ideas for the album.
Hell yeah.
Well, alright, we'll wrap this up. Thank you, Evan, for being here. You had a formidable list, and we surmounted numerous, frequent technical difficulties to bring you this list to you. So viewers, please comment below what we should be for Halloween, and stay greedy, stay grody. I don't know. Stay greasy.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got it. Got it that time.
And we're gone.